And welcome back, everybody, once again to FTB Pyramid Reborn. I am TJ the Obscure with you, and yep, lots of explosions down below. I have to say, this has been tons of fun making these explosive reactors. They're not ideal, but it provides some element of danger, I guess you could say. Whenever I have to go in, you can see all of these power cables and stuff that I've misplaced because you go in and try to place something and it just you get knocked around everywhere. It's very it's interesting to say the least. I have figured out one way to stop those fairly easily, and that's to shut down all of the power generated by Ender. No, it's not Ender. It's extra utilities. At one point, I was standing around. I had just placed the resonator, which you use to make various things for Ender utilities. And then I went back. I've just been AFKing a lot to generate power. And whenever I got back on, maybe half an hour later, I noticed that all of the generators were turned off, and when I went over, it said, you know, not enough grid power or something to that effect. So if I do need to shut them down, I can simply turn off my lava mills and my fire mills, which it says these are supposed to generate 4 power, but they're only generating 2, and I wonder if that's because there's only lava. I mean, even this one though, which only has lava on 3 sides, is generating 2. This has 4 sides generating. I'm not sure what's going on with those, but maybe I need lava on the top and bottom as well. These seem much more reliable and much easier. Don't have to mess around with lava, just netherrack and fire, and they generate 4. I can't really find any good ways of generating power for this mod, though. There is one mill. I mean, you have like the solar panels and lunar panels, but those give like 1 per panel, and so you'd have to set up tons of them. There's the lava mill, the water mill, which again, those only generate 4. And then you have the dragon egg mill, which generates 500. So I guess we're going to have to figure out some way to start farming dragon eggs. Not entirely sure how we would go about doing that. Not that I really need that much power for Ender utilities at this point. I think this is really the only machine plus the generators that I have. I might have a couple others. Still very messy. And again, part of that is because I don't know what things do, so I just keep building things and then placing them and then figuring it out as I go along. I built another type of generator, the overclock generator, and basically what it does is it burns fuel really quickly, so you can get like a big boost of power. And I've connected that to my scrap chest so that I can burn the scrap boxes, which give a decent amount of power, but it burns through it really quickly. I've set up the atomic reconstructor with a precision dropper. Honestly, it's not all that great because it takes a long time to drop all of them. But you could set it up to where maybe like a weighted pressure plate or something, to where once it detects like a full stack of blocks, then the laser would go off, I think would be one way of doing it. And then something underneath to collect all of it. Still got my laser going. This has probably been one of the most useful things that I've built because it's making all kinds of ores. And I was actually able to get some apatite ore for forestry so that we can set up our multi-farm. Oh, I love that. I love that. This thing is so cool, you guys. It basically lets you ride an ender pearl. And as far as I know, you can just keep riding it. We could just keep going all the way up straight into the sun. And then, you know, it also flies faster, so like even if you need to go down. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Well, that's not good. But can we go through? No. I guess not. I guess not. Okay. Well, we'll just do that then. But the well, let me do the forestry thing first. So I've got this all set up, and I think I turned it off for the moment. I did something. I took out all of the fertilizer, but if we get the fertilizer going in there, and you can see I already have tons of wood. I have maybe like 40 stacks in there of wood. And if we throw the fertilizer in, it should kick on. We have kind of like a wireless generator, redstone generator, RF generator, whatever you want to call it. But as soon as it kicks on, it just starts automatically placing blocks and destroying blocks. Here we have a peat farm. I don't think I've designed the shape quite right. It shouldn't look like this as far as I know. I think I maybe need to add some more blocks on the outer edges. And I think you can make it much bigger than this too, although you may have to do something to the center. I'm not entirely sure. But it is up and running, and I could fairly easily automate it, although making the bog earth, it would require some infrastructure, to say the least. But you can see it going there, and some peat, but honestly I feel like we're moving beyond peat at this point, to where it's really not all that useful. For some of the other generators, I guess it can be. I'm trying to think, what else have I done since then? I've added quite a few more generators, and overall this is working really well. To the point where I did have 4 stacks of TNT in here, but then I added some speed upgrades to some of these guys, and it's having a harder time keeping up. So I think to get more of the speed upgrades so that we can generate power faster, we would have to put in another creeper spawner, or figure out a way to pump in more gunpowder to create the TNT. It's kind of sort of keeping up, and it's somewhat dependent on drops as well, and you can get just really unlucky and not get enough drops. I wonder if there's a way to guarantee, you know, like a looting attachment. I don't think there is for that one, but there might be for some of the other spawners in the mod pack. Which, let's see here, mob. There's of course the mob duplicator, which would be nice. There's also the mob grinder from Draconic Evolution, which we can make at this point. I'm not sure how to make that one. It may not even be possible to make. There's some things in here that they show up in the items, but there doesn't seem to be any way to actually craft them. So I got my singularity tank with an XP tap so that I can get levels if I want, and that is connected to this guy. We have 2.6 million XP. This has tons of lava in it, although I've disconnected it at this point because I was realizing that these generators aren't going to do what we need them to do for the remainder of the mod pack, and so I was looking into alternative power supplies, and one thing I came across is the magmatic dynamo. Here's another one of the advanced power cells, and basically what I'm doing is I'm pumping. Oh, that's lava. We don't want lava. Oh well. Oh well. Where's it at? Where's it at? I am pumping this stuff into it, the pyrotheum dust, and it generates a lot of power actually. For every 1,000 MB, whatever the heck that stands for, you get like, I forget, it's like 200,000 RF or something like that. So it's pretty good. I can also stick the pyrotheum dust in the overclock generator, and it will provide some power, but not as much. You can see there, I forget how much it gives us, but it's not bad. If we could find a way to generate lots of the pyrotheum dust, which it's not too difficult to make, I don't think. Yeah, sulfur, pulverized coal, redstone, and blaze powder, and we have tons of all of those. So I think the better route to go, besides the overclock generator, is to use the what is this? Is it the magmatic dynamo? Yes, the magmatic dynamo. But overall power is looking good. I need to make sure that this is keeping up with TNT production. It seems like it is. Again, once we take out the speed upgrades, it seems to keep up to the point where we even generate excess TNT. I set this up so that I could do some what's it called? I'm trying to think now. Oh gosh, this bag of holding is kind of buggy, and I've actually lost one that was totally filled with stuff. Kind of my fault, but I was standing, I think, right here on this ender generator, and was getting in the bag, and I switched to something, and the bag happened to pop out, and then it was destroyed by the explosions, which I was reading about these on the wiki, and it said that they shouldn't destroy items, but they definitely do. They definitely destroy items. I made a revolver, is what I made, but creating the ammo for it, I thought this was the ammo, and in order to make that ammo, you need iron, compressed iron ingots, which you can make by blowing up iron with any kind of explosion. You lose like 20% of your iron, but you know. So I made the ammo, realized it didn't work. So I mean, we do have a revolver now, but we don't have any ammo for it. I also have this multi-tool, which acts as a pick and a hoe and a shovel and an axe and a sword. Has better attack damage than this guy, and we can even add additional enchants to it, like sharpness. I'm eating chicken sandwiches. I have lots of wheat and bread and lots of chicken, and it gives pretty good saturation, so that's what I'm working with at the moment. I've extended the mob farm a little bit more just to get better rate drops, and also added some additional item piping to it. So it's now collecting, I think, most of the mob drops so that the chests won't overflow. Not all of them, but most of them. We could set it up to collect redstone and glowstone from witches as well. And you have most of the drops going into the recycler, creating scrap, but then I also have the gunpowder, bones, and ender pearls heading in this direction. Ender pearls are piped into the ender generators just to give us a little bit of backup power whenever we need it. And gunpowder is being piped, of course, into the spawner. And I noticed bone meal was not keeping up over here, so I went ahead and I added a pulverizer, which will create, I want to say 4 bone meal per bone, or maybe it's 6 bone meal per bone, and it's enough just to keep all of this stuff going. Oh, oops. In fact, it's pretty full. Oh gosh, I need to empty that, don't I? Yeah, that would probably be smart. Probably be smart, although it seems to collect the potatoes at a reasonable rate. Is there any use for these? Can I do anything with them? I can turn them into regular potatoes. Grin powder, I don't know what that is. I can make, hey, I can make some food out of it, and those tin cans are a decent food source, actually. So we might potentially want to do that. What is this stuff, though? Weed X. Okay. I don't know what that's for, but that's interesting. I'm trying to think if there's anything new that I've built. Oh, I have the black hole controller for storing some things, and this will hold like 6 million of each item or something crazy like that, and you can fill it up with 9 of these black hole units, so you can have potentially 9 different items in here that it will hold. I haven't really been making much use of it because most of my ores end up in here. I have the enchantment factor. Oh, yes, I made this. And where did I put that? I don't know where I put it. Maybe in here? Did I put it in here? Oh, gosh. I don't know where I put it. You can essentially use this to give yourself various effects. Oh, my jetpack is out. No, that's not it. Ah, there it is. Speed Plus environmental module. This module gives speed 3 bonus when using the environmental controller. And basically, in order to get this, you have to fill some syringes with horse DNA. And there's a normal one which gives you speed 1, and then this is the improved version which gives you speed 3. And if I stick it in there, then it gives us speed 3 within a certain radius. So this is, 10 blocks vertically and about 20 blocks horizontally in every direction. So I mean, it's nice. It does take up quite a bit of power. We can see it's stable, but if I were to turn up the radius, then all of a sudden all the power would get drained. We have some steam dynamos that are burning charcoal to give it a little bit of extra power, but most of the power is coming from these guys. I've started setting up a large supply of RF power with these power cells, and you can link these over long distances without any kind of wiring, which is really nice. That's how The farm is going, which is connected to that power cell over there. And then these ones are all connected to that guy over there, and that's how we're going to pump the RF energy to complete the objective. What else? What else have I done? These guys are looking good. That one's just about full. Almost have 40 million, 20 million, 17 million. I have an enchanting table, and I also built an enchanter, but honestly, the enchanting table is better because you can select which enchantments you want. I think holding may like prevent items from disappearing. I'm not entirely sure what that does. And leech, some of these enchantments I'm not familiar with. So yeah, this is what I was using to blow up the iron for the gun ammo. I have started tinkering with nuclear power. I've never built a nuclear reactor before, so this is all new to me. I do know that they can be very, very dangerous if you don't set them up properly. I've died probably about 4 times handling the the radioactive material because, of course, it's going to poison you, right? It's radioactive material. And I even built the hazmat suit, but I only built the pants and shirt because I didn't know you needed the scuba helmet and rubber boots, and I still died. But off of the dual fuel rods, I was able to get about 16 million EU, which is pretty good. It did take a little while to build up, but I know that if we build additional reactors, all of this space will be available. And there are really efficient setups that you can do, but it's going to take a lot of resources in order to get it all set up. But the main problem I've run into with the nuclear reactor is that I don't have a lot of stuff to work with. We only have 4 uranium ore, which should give us 2 more dual fuel rods, I think. But I get maybe one uranium ore every couple of in-game days, so it's not really going to be a very reliable way of doing it. And there's no other way to really get a hold of the ore, I don't think. Like there's no way to get the industrial craft uranium ore. There is ways to get this stuff, but we would need petroleum dust, which I don't have. All right, hold on, my wife is calling. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, we could start making the ore ourselves, but we would need this, and to make that, we need basal's powder, which I don't know where we get this. We need to be able to kill whatever the heck that is. I don't know where we find that exactly. Honestly, I don't really want these potatoes, at least not right now. We're just gonna go ahead and toss them out. Yeah, so I made a cobblestone generator, which will pretty much give me infinite cobblestone. I made these chests because I wanted some better storage, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how these work. You have to put in some kind of chipset, but like I can't even shift click items in there. It says move all items, but nothing works. So not sure what's going on there. What else? What else? I think that's pretty much it. I did almost run into some nuclear power issues because, and you can see some heat built up. I didn't understand how the heat vents worked. I thought they just lost durability, and so I put a couple of these in with, I think, only 4 fans. And I noticed they were rapidly losing durability. And I went back over here to, I think, try to make some more fans or something. And I came back and all of them but one, but this guy had broken. In fact, previously I had 4 of these guys, but all of them broke. Except for this one. And the temperature was going up and I started to freak out. I put it far away because I didn't want it to destroy anything, but I think even at this range it would do a lot of damage. So... But yeah, I think that's it. In order to get more uranium ore, we would need a green lens, which to make that we need cactus or we need mystical green dye from Botania, which I think I could get my hands on, but I just haven't done so at this point. And this guy seems to be going along, although we need to be very careful about... things overflowing. And I do just wish that I had a better storage system set up. Been making lots of the biofuel, and that's actually something that we need to work on next. I think so. Right? Whee! Just fly everywhere. Yeah, so we need to do the biomass, which I think that's what this is, right? I love this ender pearl, you guys. I love it, love it, love it. And it wasn't really all that hard to make either. Where's it at? No, that's not it. I don't think that's it, at least. Lets you fly. That's the one that we want. But you have to make that guy ender alloy, which is not too difficult to make. There's gold and ender pearls. Most of my ender pearls are going into my generators at this point, so. But yeah, that's it as far as things that I've been working on. Let's see how our generators are holding up. So it does look like we're falling a bit behind. So I'm going to go ahead and take out all of the speed things, I think. Oh gosh, as you can see, it gets a little crazy in here. Thankfully, I have my nano armor. Is that all of them? Or do I feel like that's not all of them? There's the other one. Okay. Okay. Let's get out of there. And it definitely does a number to my armor, but we have tons and tons of energy to where it doesn't really matter all that much. Just go ahead and throw those guys in there quickly. Thermal centrifuge is how you end up making the uranium for the nuclear reactor. And you basically take the uranium ore that you collect from here and you put it into the macerator and you get crushed uranium ore, and you can throw that directly into the thermal centrifuge, although you'll get better results if you first wash it in an ore washer, which I have set up over here, I think. So if you throw it in here, you get like purified uranium, which will double the output in terms of what the thermal centrifuge will give you. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, it should start to build up now. And previously I had 4 whole stacks of TNT. But again, everything is working well. It's very disorganized, but overall I'm pretty happy that I was able to figure a lot of this stuff out. And that's keeping up well, although we are going to get low on this stuff, so we'll need to figure that out soon. But for this episode, we need to work on the next couple of objectives. I'm hoping to get 3 done this episode if possible. I keep hearing weird sound effects whenever I'm over there. I'm not sure what's going on. And the first one, of course, is forestry biomass, which using these 3 tanks, we should have 60,000, I think. I think each one of these is 20,000. So, yeah, I think we should be good to go. But we're going to need a lot of fluiducts. It looks like I only have 3 at this point in time. I was trying to be prepared, but I kind of forgot about the fluiducts. Just copper and glass, which I believe we have some of. Oh no, oh no, oh no. There's copper for us. Do I have any more glass over here? Apparently not, apparently not. Well, we can check to see if we have any over here. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Okay, I'll make some glass then. So you're not allowed to build on the island itself, but I think if we just set up the tank right here at the very edge and then run some fluiducts to it, it should be okay. I would hope. And then I think what I want to do is actually set up that and then set up the stuff for the RF power, because we need 30 million, I think. I have 24 million stored, but it may take a little while to transfer. So get both of those set up, and then while we're waiting on those to finish, we can do the crafting grid, which I have most of the materials for, I think. So portable tank, 1. Oops, 2. And 3. Oh gosh, what did I do? I don't know what I did. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Fluiducts. And I don't know if we need to go from the bottom or not, but that's what we're going to do. Oh, gosh. No, no. I'm getting used to having my pick in the number 2. It's a little confusing, I must say. That may be a little too high, but whatever. Whatever. I have to say, it's this, you know, modern Minecraft can be very addicting because you get obsessed with wanting to make everything as efficient as possible and just wanting to, you know, get things automated and everything. But man, I do find it kind of repetitive and very tedious at times. But nevertheless, I have been enjoying myself. Yep, we went a little too high there, didn't we? But we can just do something like that. Looks like my wife is calling me yet again. And we may have to put a servo on that in order for it to work. But I do have some available, as well as some levers. It looks like I have a couple already in my inventory. Alright, servo is on, lever is on, and biomass is going. I hope that's what that is. That is biomass, right? I would hope so. Anyways, now we can set this guy up and get our RF power going. So I have second cable here, and we're just gonna build. Oh gosh, oh that's a lever. That's a lever. Why? Who? What? When? Where? Why? How? Okay. Whoa, whoa. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Second cable. The I think it's called the last cable, which transfers the most energy, is super expensive to make. Lots of blocks of diamond, and you only get 2 per crafting recipe. So I don't think my power supply is going to be able to keep up very well. That's why I went ahead and I stored 24 million. So that we have most of it there. And then we need to set this guy to output, and it should start working. There it goes. There it goes. Why? I guess this doesn't. Oh gosh. No, no, no. No, no, no. Shift right click. Does that do anything? No. Okay, I guess should we go from the top then? Is that what we're supposed to do? I would think going from the bottom would make a lot more sense with gravity and all. But whatever, whatever. Can we put a lever on top? No, we cannot. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and do something like that then. And it should be going. Let's see. Oh gosh. Okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 3 million. I was like, oh, we're already over what we need to be. And here we have how much? Yeah, we're just about there. That's not going to take as long as I thought it was going to take. But that one will take a little while. So let's go and get started on the crafting grid then. Which, again, I have most of the things for it here. You're going to need redstone, glass. That's where my glass went. Gold, diamond, iron, and sticky pistons. And this is for refined storage, I think is what it's for. Crafting grid. And we need to, first of all, make the solderer. So we can start there. Which we need the refined iron or enriched iron, which you make with quartz. And the sticky pistons. Let's go ahead and grab all of that. Grab this guy. Does this need power? Ignore redstone signal. I don't know. I don't know if it needs power or not. I guess we will figure that out. Crafting grid. No, that's not what we want. Crafting grid. There we go. So let's make the grid first. We need glass, machine casing, which is made with smooth stone, which I don't know if I have any smooth stone on me. Well, there's a piece of smooth stone for us. And boop 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 boo. Smooth stone and the enriched quartz enriched iron. So like a so, that is taken care of. And then 3 pieces of glass, construction core, glowstone, and a basic processor. Basic processor we make with redstone, printed silicone, and okay, so let's go ahead and put the iron in there. Does that do anything? At this point, I'm going to say that it only works with power. That's what it seems like, at least. It should ignore redstone signal. How does this work? I guess I'll have to figure that out, and I will be right back with you. Alright, so I guess we first have to make the controller to get it to work. And it says power is FE. I'm not sure what FE is. I do have some silicone already made, and then we just need a diamond. I do have some diamond blocks there, but I also have lots of diamond here. So let's go ahead and make the controller then. Should have everything that we need right there. And if we do that, that powers it up. It's connected to the solderer, so if I'm just going to go ahead and make, I think, a bit of these processors, because it seems like we'll probably need a lot of them. So let's go to make that mini. It's kind of slow. But let's go back to the crafting grid so that we can start working on what we need next. I'll need a crafting bench. I'm going to need another one of the machine blocks, which means I need 2 more sticky pistons, which, yeah, as I said, I don't know if I have that. I have 1 piece of slime. I may have some more over here. No, I just have the 1 magma cream, but we can make slimes. Actually, can we get these via anything else? No, it looks like we have to use the centrifugal separator, which I think I moved somewhere else. Actually, we didn't even need the slime balls. I misremembered the recipe. Okay, we have the machine casing, which means we need to start working on this. Basic processor plus glowstone. Let's just go ahead and grab ourselves all this stuff so that we have it in our inventory. And let's start making all the things that we need. Okay, glowstone plus basic processor. Okay, so we make this in the solderer. We take that guy, we take the printed silicone, and we take the printed processor. And that should give us some basic processors, I think, which... okay. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. I'll go ahead and make a few of the basic processors and get started on all the other things. It's mainly just various items, gold in the solderer, nether quartz, crafting, basic processor. Alright. Sounds good. Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to go. I went ahead and I crafted the grids, so now we go in the solderer. Solderer, such a weird word to say. I still need a crafting table. Let's go ahead and finish that guy up. You know, one thing I don't like about this is that Does that work? This thing doesn't have power for some reason now. I think I might know why. That one has power. That has no power. It's because these are all... These are all still charging up. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. It's going, it's going. So, well, a couple things that I don't like, and I will point them out to you here once this is done, perhaps. Basically, that's going up, or I'm sorry, it's going down. It's going down pretty fast, too. Crafting grid has been crafted. Crafting grid has been crafted. By the way, this whole mod, the refined storage thing, it actually sounds pretty cool. Basically, it stores all of your inventory on like hard drives. Let's see if I can get to the things that we're supposed to be. the thingies. Find the thingies, guy. I forget what they're called though. Yeah, I read the wiki like 8 hours ago. And so I've forgotten now. Let's see here. Refined storage. Much, much better, at least, than just the basic. Shouldn't it be like right here? If this is alphabetical? But I guess not. These things, the storage disks. It's like you store all of your inventory on a hard drive, which allows you to access it. And so if we make a giant storage disk, we should be able to store up to 64,000 items. Which I guess it's a lot, although at the same time I have so much wood over there, it's not even funny. I got all the wood, all the wood. But yeah, a couple things that I don't like about this. First of all, this over here kept charging. So I ended up having to break the cable so that it would stop. These, for some reason, I thought that if you hooked it up from the bottom that everything would drain down, but apparently not. I actually had to hook it up to each tank individually. But yeah, it just kept going. It just kept going. So we wasted, what is that? Like, 1.5 million RF was just totally wasted. It just kept charging, kept charging, kept charging. We get this tablet too. It seems like you can get a lot of things with the tablet, but I'm not entirely sure. And the biomass also went way above and beyond what it was supposed to go to. 67,000. I feel like it should stop as soon as you hit the limit. But apparently not. We already have nickel, so that doesn't help us out. The sugarcane is helpful. It'll allow me to make paper. The mineral saplings should be helpful as well. And this thing, it's part of the pneumaticraft, which I haven't gotten into at all. Right-click an inventory to allow it to provide items to vendors. Right-click a tank to allow it to provide fluids to vendors. So it seems like another thing that... Oh, it uses drones. Interesting. But it seems like storage-based. And it's like we just got the storage things. But the other thing that I don't like about this is that I just made the crafting grid, but now I have to give the crafting grid away. I feel like once you make it, it should just automatically give you the objective. Like an achievement, you know? But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Okay, that is green now, which means we should be getting our rewards, which looks like it's silver and mushrooms. So mushrooms are going to allow us to get nether wart. Well, except it's broken. Gosh dang it, game. Why, oh why, oh why. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Just a little slow this time, just a little slow. And I, of course, am out of inventory space, but let's just go ahead and do something like that. That works, that works. And grab, oh no, it's actually platinum, which I think I already have platinum, so that doesn't really matter. That laser that creates the ores really lets you bypass a lot of these things. So up next is EU, which we have plenty of EU. That's not going to be difficult whatsoever. Garden something or other. It looks like cocoa beans and cactus. Cactus we can get green dye from, which we can then put in the laser to get more uranium and potentially upgrade our nuclear reactor so that we have lots and lots of power. Followed by the petrothium. That's pyrotheum. I think the petroleum is the stuff that we need the bath salts for. That's what I want to call it, bath salts. And the material stonework factory, and for that we get an angel ring, which should actually be pretty nice, I think. And after that, there's these guys over here. I think these might be bonus objectives. I have no idea how to get the clay bedrock. Like, it doesn't even show up. Is this NEI? I think it's the NEI inventory. Clay bedrock does not show up, so I'm not sure how to get that. And the draconic fusion injector seems like it might take a little while to actually get. Draconic leggings. You can, like, do lots of cool things with the armor and the weapons and stuff. Crafting injector? Is that what we're looking for? Perhaps? Yeah, it costs, I guess it's not too expensive, but one of these upgrades, it said it costs like 400 million RF or something crazy like that, which we are clearly not prepared for. Was it that one? Was it that one? Which one was it? I don't know. One of these did something. They all do something. There it is. There it is. Yeah, this one. 450 million RF to get a draconic reactor core, which I'm guessing is for power supply. So, and I don't know, having to build the pipes and stuff is kind of annoying as well. But hey, 3 more objectives down this episode, so that doesn't leave us. I mean, we're halfway done, and if those are bonus objectives, that means we don't even have to do them. Although it's kind of unclear what is a bonus objective or a side objective, or I think the guide calls them hidden objectives. Those clearly aren't hidden objectives though, right? Because it tells us what they are. I don't know. But yes, with this we can start getting... Oh, we can get nether warts somehow. There it is, from the atomic reconstructor. And can I put this... What's the best way to get more mushrooms? That actually gives... I guess it's just 1 hunger, right? Biomass, bioreactor, a runic altar. I haven't done anything with Botania. I was going to say, please don't tell me we actually have to... we actually have to... just make a mushroom farm. It looks like we can use the phytogenic insulator. Although we're going to need phyto grow. How do we get this stuff? Sawdust, I can get that. I don't know how to get niter or nitrate dust. We have slag. Looks like that we get that in the crusher with sandstone. How do we get the other stuff exactly? What's it called again? Niter? Oh, no. Didn't want to do that. I wish there was a way to go back as well. Whenever you're going through all the inventory stuff. Yeah, I keep messing up. I keep messing up. This stuff. How do we get that? Niter we get from the pulverizer. Okay, that should actually be fairly easy to get. And then the other things I think that we have access to, right? It was... Okay, whatever. I keep messing up. It's late, you guys. Oh, man. Yeah. Between the last time I saw you and right now, it's been a number of hours. And had to cook and just work like crazy. So I'm very, very exhausted at this point. But we are making progress. I'm enjoying learning about all the different mods, but you know, really this just isn't up my alley in terms of the gameplay. I have been kind of obsessive over it. Just asked my wife; she's gotten a little frustrated with me. But I would much rather play something that's kind of adventure based. And apparently there are some mods out there that are kind of like that. One other thing that I'm upset with is this guy. Making this guy, I mean, it was fairly easy, but I put it down thinking that it would light up like most of this platform over here, but it just does like a little like maybe like 10 by 10 area, maybe if that. And they're huge. I don't know. Those mega torches suck. I remember them being much better than that. There is a machine that I can build that will automatically light areas up, which I don't really need at this point because I've, you know, lit up everything myself. And there are other ways. For example, one of the things that we could put into the environmental controller is actually prevent all mob spawns. So that could be useful. Although again, they haven't really caused us many issues at this point. I did say, I think last episode, that I was going to go into the end, but I kind of forgot about that this episode, and I just had all the things ready to do those objectives, so that's what we focused on. Here's another thing that I can't figure out, by the way. It's like, what is going on here? Why is this one not on? It should be providing energy to these guys, right? But apparently not. Sometimes they just turn off randomly. Why you no work, guy? Go into the thingy. I have no idea. But see, I'm tempted to try to set up some better storage, because right now everything is just such a mess. But on the other hand, I feel like we don't have that much longer until we're done. Right? I mean, that one we could take care of right now, too, if we had time. The garden cloche, whatever the heck it is. Glass, treated wood planks. I already have a couple of those, I think. Okay, we are going to have to make an engineer's workbench. But none of the materials are going to be hard to get. So that should be a piece of cake. And the petroleum, I just need to find out where those mobs are, which I'm guessing, I mean, the only place at this point is the end. And the materials stonework factory, how difficult is that guy to get? That's a piece of cake too. We have pink slime, we have all that stuff. And then the programmer might actually be difficult to make. Where are you at? There you are. Yeah, I don't know what half of this, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Plastic mixer. Okay, well that shouldn't be too hard. Turbine, that shouldn't be too hard. Some of this stuff, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to get into the pneumatic craft stuff then. And Starfield Creator, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know what it does exactly. And we're gonna have to get into Botania. But again, it doesn't look like that'll be too difficult to actually craft. I think this this mod pack is more intended for people who are very familiar with the mod packs, and it's meant more as like a speed challenge, which I clearly have not been very speedy with this. And it might be fun to try out again just to see how fast I could do it and to like strategize and set up a plan. But again, it's just not my style of gameplay that I like. But again, I have enjoyed learning about all the various mods. And even though it's sloppy as all, you know what, I'm actually pretty happy with the way that these explosive generators worked out, and that it's all fairly self-sustaining. Just in terms of me not running out of energy. Where's all my energy going now? I guess it's all, I don't know where it's going, you guys. I'm kind of confused. None. And I don't know if I have to set that one as well. I don't know what's going on. For some reason these guys don't want to work. Look, that one isn't on either. I don't get it. Oh, you know what? I set it to none, so that means it's not gonna. Yes, accept all the energy, please. But those still aren't turning on. I don't know. No idea. Anyways, you guys, I think that's gonna be it from me for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.